Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out the brand new Fenty Beauty powder, what is it called? Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. So this just launched today when I'm filming this. It is the day after Christmas. I had my ass to Sephora real quick before everyone got there. I went right when they opened, so I wouldn't have to deal with anybody in the store. This does retail for $36 and I'm super excited because I love new complexion products from Fenty, but I'm also excited because I don't think I've ever used a powder foundation before, besides like the Bare Minerals ones that I'm sure most of us have used in the past. I used that in high school, but I've never used like an actual like powder foundation just like by itself. I've definitely used like powders, like pressed powders to like set like liquid foundation and stuff, but I've never used it on its own. So I'm excited to try it out with you guys. I am going to be doing a wear test. It is a little bit later in the day already. It's like 1:15 right now. Planning on filming this a little bit earlier, but right when I got back home from Sephora, I like sat down and watched TV, and the next thing I knew it was an hour later and I fell asleep. I hope you guys had a good holiday. I actually did have a good Christmas this year. I did not think I was going to. I thought it was going to kind of be, but I did end up having a really nice Christmas, and yeah, so I hope you guys did as well. Let me give you guys some details about this real quick. I do want to say really quick, I haven't watched videos except for one because I was like, okay, one, I need to know how to like use this. I want to see somebody else use it. I did watch like little tutorials on their Instagram as well, and I wanted to make sure because I have had this problem with like just like loose powders and stuff before, but a lot of times powders come off a little bit darker, and sure enough, the video that I did watch, it was a little, I actually watched two. The powder did come off a little bit darker on them from like their normal shade that they use in Fenty, so I wanted to double check, and I'm really glad I did. I'm normally 190 in all of the Fenty complexion products. I picked up 180. Going back and forth between if I should pick up 185 or 180, but I just went 180 because I was like, I'd rather it be like lighter where I could kind of like mess with it a little bit. So I picked up 180, but I am normally 190 in Pro Filt'r, the regular foundation, and in the hydrating foundation, and in the concealer. So this one is light skin with warm undertones. I do have a peachy undertone. 190 is light to medium with warm undertones, and 185 is light to medium with neutral undertones. I would say I'm more neutral, but I got scared with the neutral in a powder, so I was like, I'd rather it just be warm to be safe. So this is what it looks like. It's in the typical like Fenty octagon little shape that it's in. It looks really nice and like just fancy. Looks nice and fancy. And it has a mirror inside. Nice little mirror right here. And you flip it up and it has the little sponge on the bottom, and it has another little mirror right here as well. This does come in 50 shades, and I do think this might be like one of the biggest powder foundation shade ranges. I was kind of looking at some of the other ones on Sephora, and this one definitely looks like the most. And are we surprised? It's Fenty. But yeah, so it says that this powder delivers a non-cakey blurred finish with no flashback. It's a buildable light to full coverage formula. Loves to be layered without setting into fine lines or clogging look of pores. It's also sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. I do not have the foundation brush that they kind of like recommend to use. It says use the included sponge to build your desired coverage for flawless blurred finish. It says they recommend the 170 setting brush for light coverage, which is it this one? Oh yeah, so they recommend this one if you want light coverage. I actually do have this brush, but I feel like that'll be like, maybe you could use this if you want to just like set your face, because I don't think I would get like a lot of coverage from a brush like this. And it says for medium to full coverage, apply using, sorry, there's like dust right here. Apply using the Kabuki Buff brush. Oh, I do have a couple brushes right here that I might use. They're like foundation brush that they do have, kind of looks like this Sephora foundation brush. I feel like I could probably get coverage with that. I do have like a flat Kabuki brush as well. This one's from Milani, and I do have this brush. This is a face brush from Fenty. I use this for like the bronzer, but I feel like I could probably use this for foundation as well. I start off with this brush. I kind of want to use the sponge too, because I did see a video that they reposted on their Instagram of somebody using it with a sponge, and it looked incredible. So I haven't prepped my skin yet, so I'm going to do that first. I'm going to actually use my Fenty Skin Hydrovisor. This is like my favorite daytime moisturizer. I can't speak. Fenty Skin is at Sephora now, by the way. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, I do like the Hydrovisor and the Fat Water. They're my favorite products from Fenty Skin. I still want to pick up the, what is it, the new night cream that came out. I do have the cleanser. I never did a follow-up video to Fenty Skin because of, you know, everything that happened. But the cleanser actually broke me out, and I've been waiting to retry it again just to see if maybe it was not the cleanser, but I'm pretty sure it was. But it was a nice cleanser, but I still think I like the Hydroizer and the Fat Water the most. I do have other cleansers that I like better. I think those are my favorites. So put that on, kind of letting it sit a little bit. By the way, I do have normal to dry skin. My skin does feel a little bit dry right now. It's super dry in like LA. My lips are like super chapped. So I am going to be using my Pretty Fresh primer from ColourPop. This is the primer I use all the time, and it works with most of my foundations. So I do want to make sure my skin is hydrated before I go in with a powder. I'll let this sit for like maybe a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go in with my ColourPop primer, and then we'll get into the demo. Okay, so I just put on some primer. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. I do have my Fenty Pro Kisser lip balm in the shade Pinch Me on right now because my lips are so freaking dry. But while this is kind of setting a little bit, I do want to talk about some the amount of product in here, because even though this looks small, it honestly doesn't look like there's a lot of product in here, but there is. So like I said, this I don't have any physically here to compare them to. Like I said, I don't have any powder foundations, but the Fenty one does have 9.1 grams or 0.32 ounces of product, and I looked at some other ones. Kat Von D Locket is $37, and that one has 9 grams of product or 0.31, so just a little bit less, and that one is a little bit more expensive by $1. The Too Faced Born This Way powder foundation has 10 grams of product or 0.35 ounces, and that one is $39. Charlotte Tilbury has 0.28 ounces, so that's like a little bit less, and that one is $45. Lastly, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Blurring Powder Foundation retails for $38, and that one has 11 grams or 0.38 ounces. So I definitely feel like this is a good price for the amount of product that you get. It is pretty much all in the same ballpark as all the other ones, and I definitely think like the ones that do have a little bit more are like $1 or $2 more expensive, so I think it is a good price. I think this is pretty much set. I am going to go in with like cream products before I go into the powder, so I'm going to take my Fenty Pro Filt'r concealer. This is in the shade 190. And I'm going to conceal since I don't want to go over powder with concealer. I think I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. So, you know what? I actually might put like a little bit right here. I do have the normal Fenty Pro Filt'r primer or whatever. The soft matte primer, I forgot what it's called, but I do have the regular one, but I did want something more hydrating for today since my skin does feel pretty dry today. A little bit more just right here. I haven't been sleeping very well, so I do have like pretty dark circles right now. And I am going to set that concealer with my Fenty setting powder. I do use this all the time. I love it. I use the shade Butter, like just in case the foundation is a little bit darker or something. I don't want to make my under eyes darker, so I'm just going to set that first. Alright, but let's jump into the foundation powder. So I actually am going to take the sponge first because I want to see, I know a lot of people probably don't use like the actual sponge, but I want to see how it goes on. So I'm going to do it on this side. No, I'm going to do it on this side and just see. I just want to see like how much coverage I can get from this. This looks a little warm. See, that's why I wanted to go in under my eyes with just like regular powder first, because I had a feeling it might be a little bit warmer. But it does give coverage. It's just a little too warm for me. Maybe 185 or maybe even 170. Maybe the one like before this might even be better. It is covering and it looks like really nice and smooth. My skin looks really smooth. I wish this was my color, but if you guys can see, like, it does look a little bit warmer on the skin than it does in the pan. Too bad. Like, I don't know if it's like so noticeable that I would like exchange it for another color, you know? I see, it doesn't look too bad. It's not like super, super warm. Like once I kind of spread it out, it doesn't look as bad. I'm gonna go up here. Being a powder, it does not feel dry or it doesn't feel like it's like sticking to any like areas on my skin. Would definitely say that packing it on with this little sponge is like medium coverage. You still see my skin underneath. So, and then on this side I'm going to go in with a brush and see how it looks. I am going to use the Fenty 125 brush. Oh, the brush is making it go on pretty nice. It's crazy because it doesn't even look like I'm putting on a powder. It honestly just looks like a matte, like regular foundation. I really like how it's going on. I really like that it doesn't feel super dry. It doesn't make my skin look really dry. My nose is really dry right now, and it's not like clinging or making my nose look extra dry or anything, so I think it looks so nice. And if you guys know me, I do, even though I do have more dry skin, I do like a matte foundation, so I love the way that this looks. It makes my skin look super airbrushed and flawless, and so far I really like how it looks. It doesn't feel dry like at all. If you do want to like to really get some extra coverage, definitely going with a sponge. I go with my setting powder and kind of just go underneath the eyes again, just to kind of brighten a little bit. Once it's kind of all blended out, it doesn't look too warm, so I actually like how it looks right now. We'll take a little clip with my phone. I will use my phone to kind of get a close-up and show you guys what it looks like. I'll insert that right here. But yeah, so far, I mean, it doesn't look like cakey or anything. I think it looks so nice. I'm looking in like a magnified mirror, and my skin just looks really, really smooth. It's not clinging to literally any dry areas on my face. It doesn't feel dry at all. It doesn't look dry. It looks incredible, honestly. It looks really, really nice. First impression on trying a powder foundation, I think it looks really, really good. I definitely would say this is medium coverage. I'm sure you could probably build it up to a full coverage, but I don't like full coverage anyway, so I think this is really nice right here. For time references, because I am going to be doing a wear test, I've initially applied this at 136. It is 136 right now. So far, I'm really impressed with it. Definitely a great first impression. Just go and speed through this process really quick, but I think I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to do a Fenty face. Put everything I'm using down below, but I'm going to start off with the Fenty Shady Biz bronzer. I do kind of want to see how the cream blushes work on top of this. I really hope this doesn't mess it up, but I'm going to go into Petal Poppin'. I want to see how it looks on top of this. I hope it doesn't mess it up, but we're going to just try it out. It is not messing with the powder foundation, so that is nice. You know, obviously they don't have like regular powder blushes, which I really hope they do. Like, I need them to come out with powder blushes because I will literally get, like, I will buy all of them. But obviously, like, this is their only blush, so I would hope that it would work on top of, you know, their other complexion products, and it is. It didn't like pick up the powder underneath or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup. So I went ahead and just finished up the rest of my makeup. I did add a little bit of the How Many Carats Diamond Balm on my lid, and it looks so pretty. So I'm gonna just do my lips on camera since this is a new product as well. I do have a whole video on this, on these if you guys haven't seen it yet. But I'm taking the Gloss Bomb Cream in the shade Honey Waffles because it matches my sweater a little bit. So I'm gonna take this. My lips are so dry, like I literally can't deal. So this is how the foundation is looking. I'll put a clip on the screen of how it looks once the rest of my makeup is done. My skin looks flawless. Honestly, it doesn't like not look like it has a pore in sight. It looks so good. It just looks really nice, and I'm super impressed with it. I wasn't too sure how I was gonna like a powder foundation, but honestly, I might like. Have I been converted? I just felt like it was so fast and easy to apply. Obviously, if I wasn't talking, it would have been a lot faster. But I just feel like this is so easy. This might be it. Like, I really, really like it. I feel like with the right prep and everything, like moisturizer and primer, even if you have dry skin, I feel like you can still use this because it doesn't feel dry at all. It did not cling to any dry areas on my face, and like I said, my skin is pretty dry right now. Wondering how this will be like with settling in like fine lines and stuff. If you guys have watched any of my other foundation reviews and like wear tests and stuff, a lot of times foundation does settle in my smile lines, and this is usually my problem area. I'm not seeing any signs of anything so far. I've never tried a powder foundation all over my face. I don't know if it'll like settle in to the fine lines. Like, does that happen, or is that like just a liquid foundation thing? I don't know, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna do a wear test, and once I have the rest of my makeup on, it doesn't look too warm or anything now. Like, I feel like it matches pretty well, so I definitely would say whatever shade you are in normally in the other complexion products like the foundations and concealer, I would do one whole shade above. Say you're like 450, I would do like maybe 440, 130, do like 120, like whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So now it's 2:11. You guys can't even see the time. It's 2:11. I think I've had this on for what, like half an hour now. We'll keep you guys updated. I might do a check-in maybe throughout halfway, and then I will do a check-in at the end of the day as well. So if you guys are curious whatever else I used on my face, I will leave all that info down below. But so far, so good. I love it. I think it looks so nice. So definitely, it's getting 2 thumbs up for me right now, but I've only had it on for half an hour, so we will definitely see if it lasts. I'm not going anywhere. Actually, I do have to go pick something up, so I will have to wear a mask, so maybe we will see how that works, if there's any like transfer or anything. But anyways, I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick little check-in. Right now it is 6:40, so I've had this on for about like 5 hours now, and so far I am blown away by how good this looks. Like, I am obsessed. I think my skin looks so nice right now, and I just like, I can't believe that this is a powder foundation. Here is my skin up close, and I'm just like shook. I truly am shook. Like, I have no other words other than like, I'm so shook, and I'm just so impressed with how this looks. Like, I was not expecting to really like it that much. I was like, oh, I'll just buy it for a video. But like, this might be my new like holy grail foundation. I just love the way it sits on my skin. I love how it's lasting through the day, and I love that it's not like settling in like my smile lines. Powder foundation might be the move. Of course, leave it to Fenty to like really like make me a powder foundation stan. But like, oh my god, I can't get over how nice my skin looks. I am getting like a little shiny right here, but that's okay. Like, I always get shiny right there. I have not touched up or anything, although I will say like powder foundation just sounds like so easy to touch up with, but I'm not going to. I go pick up an order earlier at the store, and I had to wear a mask, and I didn't notice too much transfer. I did have a little bit of a transfer like on my nose, the little nose thing, but other than that, it was fine. Like, wasn't anything too crazy. Doesn't look like it messed up the foundation or anything either. It didn't like transfer a lot. So yeah, I'm honestly super impressed. Can't get over how good my skin looks. Like, I love it. I love it so much. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Fenty did not have to snap like that. They snapped. They really did. So yeah, so far so good. Loving it. I'm not going to touch up. I will check in with you guys around like 9:30, 10 o'clock. That should be a good enough time to see how it's lasting. But yeah, so far I'm obsessed. I love it so much. So I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day. All right guys, it is 9:54, so it's almost 10 o'clock. I've had this on for I think well over 8 hours now. I have Gigi right here with me because she's wants to be with me at every second. But anyways, I just want to give you guys my final thoughts. By the way, I took my fake hair off. It's my real hair now. But I just want to give you guys my final thoughts on the powder. So this is what it looks like now. I have not touched up still, and I think it still looks really good. I am definitely getting shiny right here, but this is where my favorite Fenty product ever comes in handy. I've talked about this many times before. My favorite product from Fenty, and it's definitely the most underrated, is the Fenty blotting powder. So you could definitely, I'm going to touch up with my Fenty blotting powder, and I'm also going to touch up with the actual powder itself to see what it looks like. So I just take my Fenty blotting powder, I literally go like this, do that, and shine is gone. That is why I love the Fenty blotting powder so much. It never makes your face look cakey or anything. So and I'm gonna take the Fenty powder, the actual foundation powder, and I'm going to touch up with it and see how it looks. So I think they look pretty similar if you just kind of like tap over it a little bit. I think I still like my Fenty blotting powder just to touch up with. It doesn't make you look cakey or anything, so I love it. But yeah, if you guys haven't tried Fenty blotting powder, it is definitely one of their best products, and nobody ever talks about it. Yeah, overall, I love this foundation powder. It is amazing. I'm so impressed with it. Like, I literally can't get over how much I love it. Pick it up. I definitely think it is worth the money. I obviously haven't tried very many foundation powders before, but I am so impressed with this for being my first time. I love how it looks. I will insert a clip of how it looks now at the end of the day. It is just amazing. I love it. I'm definitely, honestly, I might be switching over to powder foundation from now on because I love it so much. It lasts throughout the entire day. It literally just looks flawless. It didn't settle really in my like smile lines, which is what I usually get with liquid foundation. So, you know, I might have just changed my whole routine now because I just love the way it sits on my face so much. It's really like what I look for. It's not super matte. Like, it is matte, but you still have some of your like natural shine through it. And I just think it is such a beautiful finish. It made my skin look flawless all day long. It didn't really transfer when I had to wear a mask. Like, it is just so good. So I definitely recommend it. I'm probably forgetting some things. If I forget anything, I'll leave it in the description box down below because my camera is dying. But anyways, yeah, this is what it looks like after however long I was wearing, 8.5 hours, and it is amazing. I definitely recommend picking it up. If you are going to pick it up, go one whole shade before your normal shade. So like I said, I'm 190 normally, and every other Fenty complexion product, this I got 180. Overall, 2 thumbs up for me. Might be one of my favorite products from Fenty. It is really good, and I'm very excited to keep using it. I just love how it looked throughout the day. I'm just obsessed with the finish of it and just how it made my skin look. So yeah, that is my review. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys did like this video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Bye guys.